What's going on, everybody? Welcome to this week's episode of the Out of Pocket Podcast. I am Zechs, and joining me again is my co-host ZetaZephyr.
Hello.
Yep. Oh boy, I'm not gonna lie, we almost didn't make it this week. It was I got like very sick, like literally today, and just almost keeled over. So
I mean, it's a good thing we made it this week because I won't be able to make the next show.
I mean, in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Did I miss something?
I'm gonna be prepping for. I'm prepping for a cruise, but
What?
yeah.
You're telling me this now?
Well, I mean, I'm telling you, I'll give you a 2 weeks notice.
Okay. Well, you know what? Lucky for you, I might have a special episode instead. So I might have an idea planned for
Like what?
you being away.
See, normally I would have just like told you like the Thursday. It's like, hey, Zach said they were doing all this like prep work and research, and anyway, I'm not gonna be showing up.
All right, that's fine, Ted Cruz. You're gonna be on a trip to the Cancun while I'm all here
I'm
alone.
gonna be chilling in the Caribbean. Yeah.
This is what I gotta deal with, guys. This is what I gotta deal with. This is crazy. But anyway, yeah, I'm sick and he's about to leave me all alone. Well, I gotta run this whole thing. That's insane. See, this is why I
I mean,
don't.
I can get you. I can get you an emergency co-host.
Now I've got an idea.
You're gonna actually play Vanguard on your channel?
Ah! We'll talk about it anyway. Yeah. So anyway, we're starting episode 31. We've made it to another week. If you are a fan of the podcast or you like what you listen to going forward, please just give us a like, comment on a video, subscribe on the channel, follow our socials, which are all down in the description. Just saying it here early because why not try something else? On that note, we've got a bunch of we don't have a lot of news stories, but they're like very big discussions gonna have. So we kind of start in here. But first, I want to have a conversation about the Yu-Gi-Oh ban list and a fellow content creator giving their thoughts on the situation. So obviously it's not the whole thing, but we'll talk about it in a second. So if you don't know, like a couple days ago, Yu-Gi-Oh dropped a TCG ban list. They also dropped the Master One. Maxi is at one. Woohoo! Anyway,
Anyway,
but it did a lot of things for the meta set. It can obviously like help the future of the game going forward, right? Obviously, it's probably one of the better lists they've done that doesn't just straight up shoot every competitive deck under the sun, but also allows other decks to be playable, which I think is always great. My opinion is I'm always perfectly fine with a ban list just knocking cards down a peg, but never actually just getting rid of them, getting decks out of here, unless they're like extremely toxic. Which, hey, Yummy, Mitsurugi, Draco Tail, K9 aren't really toxic. Unfortunately, as much as I'm a Cybers player, Malice didn't need to go. Sorry.
yeah.
So yeah, we lost Whiteminder, R.I.P.
Yeah, that happened.
I mean, Red Ransom is dead everywhere else, so we'll just have to wait and see what happens from there. But so as usual, a a co- a content creator in the space, Team APS. Uh, they came on. They had their podcast, which happens like every Thursday, right? Every Thursday, every this, and one of the shorts came out talking about, do Yu-Gi-Oh ban lists still matter? Now let's move over to the actual video itself, and I'm going to play it for you. I'm going to play it for y'all so that you can kind of hear what they're saying, so we can kind of dissect this. Okay, so
Yugioh's kind of mid-core crowd and casual crowd has deteriorated, and I do still believe that it is kind of deteriorating. I think that you actually get a little bit less
For people on
interest
my
with each
side,
new
we
ban
are
list
not
because,
going to be
like,
playing the audio
the
from it
casual
for legal reasons.
what?
Nothing.
I mean, oh my goodness. Okay, gotta go back a little second.
interest with each new ban list because, like,
Let's go back to the start
as
because he didn't mess
Yugioh's
up.
kind of mid-core crowd and casual crowd has deteriorated, and I do still believe that it is kind of deteriorating. I think that you actually get a little bit less interest with each new ban list because, like, the casual player who maybe would have felt affected by this list probably doesn't even play this game anymore. Like, there was a period of time where, like, a ban list felt like it was a holiday. It was a big deal for everyone. Like, even if you weren't like the most competitive type of person, there was still just something exciting about the ban list. Maybe an old deck kind of came back, and this ban list doesn't have any sauce like that. Like, it doesn't have like I thought maybe they brought back Spiral Master Plan, or like something kind of weird.
Oh, are we gonna look dark?
Okay, let's stop right here and kind of give it a break. So this one's kind of took me. I'm gonna lie. It took me a second to kind of get my listening comprehension set back up because this is a really interesting discussion, or at least a thought process they have of like, does the ban list still have the same kind of like feeling as it did back in the past? For Yu-Gi-Oh specifically, because Yu-Gi-Oh has been like done. If there's a card game that is literally like every single that was known for years, having like basically every content creator did their best to go out their way and like record their reactions to the ban list, post it up within an hour or two, and just like try and like speed run it and like kind of give their thoughts, because like it just made a bunch of money. It was like obviously like, hey, this is it made a bunch of it made them a bunch of money, got them a lot of views because everyone wants to see the Yugi tubers reaction to the ban list hitting a lot of things, right? That is just how Yu-Gi-Oh has been for the past. It's basically an industry. But I think so. I had to kind of understand like, what is he exactly? What was he exactly talking about here? Because obviously the ban list does matter. It is, it's a balancing maneuver. For how good that's worth. That's a whole different thing we'll talk about in a second. But it's meant to be
balancing in air quotes.
Yeah, it's a balancing maneuver. It's obviously meant to kind of make sure that not just decks are knocked down a peg, but also to sell future sets and other support, around the time, get other decks back into the meta game, release much more powerful decks that were very powerful back in the day, give them like their cards back off the list so that they can stand a chance in the new meta, because the meta has probably caught up to those cards, et cetera, et cetera. But that's not what he's talking about. That's what I realized. That's not what he's talking about. But he's talking about the culture of, I just said the culture of the ban list, where
right,
it feels like it's not the same. It doesn't feel the
it's
same.
No longer an event.
Yeah, and let's kind of go back and like listen to more of what he's saying.
Graph or any eyes.
No, but it wasn't. Here's the thing, it wasn't banned though.
That's true.
It was like limited. Like there's not like or like Electromite. That would have been like a headliner, right?
True.
Like just for Pendulum players, which tends to kind of skew more casual. Like, I think this ban list doesn't have that, and so what I really see here is a list that is so hyper targeted to just people who are going to regionals and YCS events, which is a specific crowd, a vocal crowd, but a minority in a sense. And they're probably pretty, I don't know if they're like pleased with this list, or maybe I'm sure they have like many thoughts on the list, but I think that the days of like the ban list being something that the average Yu-Gi-Oh enjoyer cares about might be slipping away some. As you
Okay, so that's the rest of it. Before we continue, what do you think about what he said?
I mean, I think he's right. Like, we always talk about the like range of like Yu-Gi-Oh players, like all the like player like types and everything, how invested they are. Like, the kitchen table's not gonna care about the ban list functionally after a certain point, right? They're not playing with the cards on the ban list. Except like obvious things like pot of greed, right? Or like other like smaller like pet niche stuff. Like maybe I'll have one card that's hit at 2, right? The kitchen table player is barely gonna care. The high-end competitive, the like middle of the road players, they get maybe 1 or 2 cards changed. They're also not playing the decks at the super high end for one reason or another. And the ban lists are functional like too small to like, not too small. Some of them are pretty big. Like generally speaking, it's on like you're not gonna tune in for the ban list Super Bowl anymore.
Well, I mean, you are kind of right with the ban list not being too big. I mean, there's over 10,000 cards in this game, and if you see the ban list, it's like there's a bunch of cards on that list that need to be maneuvered around and looked at and what have you, right? Like very
Right.
much so. It's like there's a lot of cards that just need to come off, and it's always like, oh, why isn't this card coming off or this card coming off? It's probably because I don't know. Literally just probably just forgot about it. They weren't priority. They were like, this is not a priority for our mission of this list, which, who knows what that mission actually is, right?
Right.
So that's one thing. It's like if the focus on the ban list, like I just said, is to effectively like be a lot more, kind of let the metagame like breathe a bit so that newer decks can come in. Buffing older decks that probably aren't getting supported, at least in Burst Protocol or the set afterwards, like isn't really high up on the radar.
Nope.
It's like Electromite isn't coming off the list because what Pendulum deck is like? Here's the honest truth: it's like in a competitive
It's all
scene,
about the money.
in a competitive scene, like let's be real here, what Pendulum deck is going to be boosted enough by Electromite to be competitively viable? The answer is none. Yeah, the answer is none because the whole issue with Pendulum's end board isn't because it has a very powerful like main deck, a bunch of searching, a bunch of deck thinning and whatnot. But the issue is that the Pendulum deck always relied on the extra deck. I'm not just talking about the Pendulum cards themselves. I'm talking about the actual synchros, fusions, exceeds, links, etc. to kind of make up your end board. And the general Pendulum end board just hasn't been strong. And when it is supported, it's always like, Dino is not like decks like Dino Mist or Ignites or, Pendulum decks that are, Pendulum decks. They're always like Pen Magicians or DDDs or thing. They haven't actually touched any of those other archetypes. Heck, the irony of Metal Foes losing their only like really good modern like wave of support, and it's like even then they didn't really use it, or rather they used it, but it's like it didn't help their strategy at all.
Nope.
So it's kind of like, so I'm going this whole thing about like Electromite and everything because he brought it up, but it's like, that they don't really matter. And even if, like, it's kind of the irony of Electromite could come off the list and it wouldn't save Pendulum because Electromite is just a giant advantage gainer. It's not an actual end board piece. Like, I'm not really staying on Electromite like that. Like, it's going into another card that I want to actually, like, create. And they've banned almost all of the generic, like, extra deck pieces. Right? And that's kind of like I think that's also just kind of like the awkward thing. It's like the long, I'm going off topic, but the long and short of it is, he's right. Right? I think he is completely right in this. The average Yu-Gi-Oh player doesn't really care about the ban list. I mean, I think it should say something that Simo didn't even drop a reaction, and he's dropped a reaction to almost everything. I understand, he's going through some things, but even then, it's like, I know he was a lot healthier today. You know why? I saw him in a picture with the professor today. Bro was out getting lunch. He did not give a damn about no ban list.
In this Patreon sneak preview for the next Shuffle Up and Play episode, Alex Simo comes to the table.
But it is very much like, I think we are currently past the point of, like, the ban list matters, but like, the ban list doesn't matter culturally anymore.
Don't forget, there's also like 3, depending on how invested in the Yu-Gi-Oh, there's like 2 to 4 ban lists you're trying to keep track of.
Yep.
You're playing Master Duel, and Master Duel's ban list updates like every month. That's, just more ban lists to look at. If you're playing Duel Links, there's that one every month.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have to like check it for the TCG list every 3 months. And if you wonder what decks are good in the moment, you'll probably also look at the OCG list to somehow square the future with your tea leaves.
Yep.
Like, it's gone from every 3 to 6 months. Oh my god! To all right.
Cool.
Wow. Okay. Maxi the one finally. That's amazing. Wow. Kablooey. Anyway.
Yep. I think the other point that is also here is that the issue is also, there's, like, I think it's also the other compounding elements of the game currently in and out of game, which is, we're talking about, like you said, like, there's 4 different, let me give a like, because this is brother get some trending. There's how many, you said 4 lists at minimum to kind of deal with, not to mention Duel Links.
Oh wait, I forgot the 5th one. Genesis.
Yep, Genesis. That's right.
You got 5 different lists to look at. And 3 of them are roughly monthly.
Mm-hmm. Yes, there's 5 ban lists you gotta look at, right? TCG, OCG, Duel Links, Master Duel, Genesis. Then it's also like, we gotta talk about, like, the bigger elephant in the room is that there is no Yu-Gi-Oh anime, right? The anime fans who were in the game because they like the anime, they want to collect the anime decks, etc., don't really have a reason to play anymore because, well, there's no TCG anime, and the Rush Duel anime has basically been smothered here in the West. Like, shout out to Rarity Fangirl. She is pretty much the only person pushing the Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush dub as hard as possible. But it is genuinely like, oh my goodness, bro.
I also think especially like right now, like outside of Amino Habakiri, there's no like big enemy deck everyone's like waiting to see get its head chopped off.
I mean, again, I was to say Malice was, but Malice wasn't even like that naturally, and it did just get his head chopped off. Basically, this list.
Yeah, but I know it's like, you know what I mean, right? Like we're talking about like tier, like cash tier, where like every single person is like fiending for something.
Yeah. That
Like they're
shit.
not like Malice and like Drake could tell. No one's like as hungry for like a hit.
But but like I think that is also just that could just be where you just hit like a meta where it's like, oh, the meta is actually pretty good or at least decent, whereas like the list is like perfectly fine. Like it's
Right.
not shocking. It's just like, oh, this is actually pretty good. Like it's fine. Like
But they needed to do. They needed like a surprise. I feel like Yu-Gi-Oh! Need to start doing surprise unbans.
I that is what he did kind of say. It's like if like some of the cards on the ban list got released. It's like, okay, it's fine.
Like literally just sneak Maxi the limited. Just sneak it onto the list. tuck it under like 6 or 7 other cards that were limited, and just like right there at the bottom, unsorted Maxi.
Just use the
After all the extra deck monsters, after the spells, after the traps, right down there.
put it in ROT13.
Like there's an asterisk next to it.
It's like, what the heck is that? Put it in
What do you mean? It's just like
ROT13.
scrub it onto the PNG.
No, just literally put RT13 Max C on it and just be like, hey, use RT13, you're good. Or just like,
Right.
put like in small text, like, use that, something like that. It'd be funny. That'd be really
Like
funny.
small
It's like,
text diagonal on the PNG in like red. like someone just like stamped it. Maxi.
it's just like they put backseat to one here. I mean, unless seeing is very better than just like it getting nerfed, right?
Right.
Right.
You just chuck it to one and get every single person talking.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I think the other thing is just like, I think also just people have moved on to other games, right? Like again, we had like how many card games dropped this last year? Not to mention like the increasing popularity of other games.
Right.
Like I'm not saying Yu-Gi-Oh is dying, far from, but it very much is like a lot of people.
Everyone's picked up a second or third game.
Yep, second or third game, and just kind of like no one's living, breathing, or dying Yu-Gi-Oh like an MBT, right? Or like some other
Like
people.
no one's eating their Yu-Gi-Oh cereal anymore. Like it's the early 2000s.
Yep. So obviously, yeah, that's kind of the long and short of it. Like the ban list does matter, but in terms of the cultural sense, it is it is obviously lost its weight. That's the long and short of it.
Yep.
All right. So how was your week? I mean, your break.
Not too much happened. I ended up going back. I ended up like visiting my old job to buy what was it? Oh, to pick up my tax forms. Because they weren't gonna mail them out to me apparently.
What? That feels kind of weird. Why would they not do that?
I got a message from someone on this because did they let you know you can pick up your tax forms? No. All right. Yeah, definitely visited. The boss was there. I'm like, oh, hi. This is awkward. No, surprisingly nice conversation. I think we were both just like, all right, neither of us gonna say anything. Nope. He's like, we're kind of miss here. It's like, he's like, we're kind of miss you. It's like, yeah.
I bet. You gonna give me I miss you money to bring me back?
Gave them some advice while I was there. Like, all right, here's how you guys should probably sell some of these things and blah, 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 blah. So I don't know how my job works. Not going to come back, but Yeah, I mean, that was kind of neat. There were some more repairs that had to be done at the house. I spent a little, goodbye money.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, Hybrid, thank you for the rate. Sorry. I love live streaming these. Anything else happening in the 2-week break? Nothing too much on the physical card game side. I don't know, stuff keeps happening exactly in the 2 days I need to go to the store. Funny how it works out.
Mhm.
I've been enjoying some MTG Arena still. New set came out. It's pretty neat. Like, I'm not used to regular fantasy and Magic the Gathering. Been a while. Weird.
Yep.
Still playing the same Shrine deck. It's just a gotcha at that. Although I'm finally starting seeing a lot more mirror matches recently, so I think they just bumped me. They just put me into the prison bracket.
Excuse me.
There is something I actually like that in MTG Arena. Specifically for Brawl. Like, people haven't discovered there is a hidden point system in Brawl. And there is actually a hell queue if your deck is a little too overpowered. Arbitrarily. Yep, just hidden Genesis format.
That's funny.
And I think my commander's in that tier now. Fun. By fun I mean annoying.
All right.
I'm not winning them. I mean, the mirror matches are fine, right? Like, you just have to, actually pack some enchantment removal, which only people seem to do in the mirror. Like, who's going to be playing that many enchantments in Magic the Gathering? That's crazy. And then mirror matches, I prison, your prison, I use a prison to free my monster from your prison, and blah, 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 blah. Or you're running the Katara, which might be the most annoying deck in the game right now in Brawl. Like, I love mono blue decks that reward spamming counter spells.
Yeah, that sounds like blue.
It's a 2-mana commander. Anytime she casts a spell on your turn, she gains a counter. Every time she attacks, draw 1 card for every counter and then discard 1. Not discard 1 for every counter. They will just send their ass and just draw and then start swinging, drawing 5 cards a turn.
Okay.
Yeah, let me. Other stuff. Started playing a little bit more Master Duel again. A little bit more. Eventual polygamy playset.
Okay.
I don't feel like crafting them. There's no decks I'm interested in building right now except for Enya Craft. I'm just saving my UR dust.
Kind of like me. I'm just like, here.
Yeah. See, that's the other problem with Yu-Gi-Oh! There's some neat decks coming out, but you gotta wait for freaking ever for them to be, playable in Master Duel. I feel like TCG Live and Magic the Gathering Arena are just kind of spoiling us, and relatively. Wait, you just get to play the cards digitally the same day they come out physically? Really? Can't get that with Konami because we have too many formats.
There's only one. Oh no, I'm silly.
No. Like, could you just imagine if the cards came out at the same time as the OCG and Master Duel?
That'd be fun.
Right. But no, we gotta wait like 7-ish months. And for some odd reason, each archetype comes out like 1 or 2 at a time instead of getting the entire set.
I'm just trying to think, is there an archetype that's still not done since Match Duel released?
I think there's
There probably is one, but no one cares about it.
like I know I was like hearing about it recently. There's like a few decks are still missing like recent support,
Hmm.
which is kind of insane to me.
Yeah.
Like, what are you just gonna wait till another like thematically accurate set to? Oh wait, it was Live Twin.
Oh my.
Live Twin is still missing like 2 or 3 cards.
Oh yeah. Oh my goodness. I haven't even checked Light Twin. That is
Like, I know someone's like, I think it was like MT. It's like, they're just waiting for the right time to put them in a bundle. Like, cool.
there's a
I
bundle
sure would
for
love
what?
to have to wait until a Live Twin bundle to get these new cards. Terrible.
Yeah. That's another.
Oh,
That's another thing we can add to the whole discussion about Yuga Bands Not Matter. It's like, dog. Like when your content creators aren't even playing the TCG, like why should they care?
or-
Like
like time like it might actually be Yu-Gi-Oh's biggest problem.
that, and it's like it's like who cares, dog? Because it's like Gage
Yeah.
basically retired. DZ is playing everything but TCG. Like literally, you can tell because of because like every time he's on Jeopardy, he still like gets bad points, even though he literally knows nothing about the anime or modern TCG. That's and if that's less of saying like, oh, he's some brilliant thing, was more of like how like the others just don't know much.
Yeah. Like, what? Like, it's so hard to like stay focused in Yu-Gi-Oh! It's like, all right, ooh, new deck. Okay, gotta wait like 3-ish months for it to come to TG for physical cards. I gotta wait like another 4 months until it comes to Master Duel so I can actually play it against other people.
Mm-hmm.
Uh
Then you
huh.
probably gotta wait like a year for Duel Links.
Which, you know, Duel Links really makes me think, man, maybe Vanguard Zero had the right idea
What do you mean?
of hitting its natural conclusion and just going, I'm out.
It even hit its natural conclusion right. It just it gave up and left.
I mean, where did it stop off, right? It's like,
It literally ended with G. It ended with G, but like
yeah,
over half the decks still didn't have their support past wave 1.
nah,
Because
alright.
they never came into the game for G. Like, like, like we didn't even
Man,
get.
Tachikaze's not in D. Like, no one cares about Tachikaze.
It was like Tachikaze didn't get anything. We barely got a mega colony. We only got one wave from Murakumo. Like 2 waves.
You know, there was something a little funny about like Vanguard's most mistreated clans all being, all right, guys. Like, here's the clan all the youngsters are gonna like. We got beetle collecting and bugs for the Japanese kids. We got American football for the American kids, and then we have dinosaurs because everyone loves dinosaurs. And we're gonna do nothing with any of them.
I just think about it, I'm like, man, like I'm just like, are we sure the issue was with clans the whole time and not just they just didn't know what to do with them?
I don't even know because nations kind of just became clans too. I'm gonna get to it, but it seems they're introducing clans 3 soon. And by
Yeah.
clans 3, I mean Vanguard is actually just becoming a fighting game, like I keep saying it is.
Well, foreshadowing.
Oh yeah,
But anyway,
but other
back to
other
your
nonsense. Think about you. Chaos Zero Nightmare's been kind of interesting. They released a new healer finally after after like 4 banners. He finally got a support character who also can just be run as a DPS hybrid, anyways. Funny how that works out. And then they released a 75 floor tower of increasingly hard enemies for the preseason. And I'm like, you know what? Wow, it's actually some difficult content here. Because every 5 floors is a completely different boss with completely different mechanics. Like, all right, now I have to go back here, figure out which character's gonna be good here, figure out what specific tech cards I need to run. It's neat. Only problem is it takes you about like 40-ish minutes roughly to build a new deck for characters. And it's RNG. So you're kind of just hoping you get the like golden run that gives you exactly what you need for the challenge. I'm enjoying it. The grind's pretty fun in the game. Still. Can't wait for season 2 though. That stuff looks fantastic.
Hmm. Okay, I'm glad to hear you're still having fun.
Yeah, I know, card game roguelikes kind of, that hits exactly where I needed to be too. And it's actually difficult, which is pretty rare for a gacha game. Incredibly rare. And speaking of gacha games, like most people, I mean not most, like a lot of people, I did start playing it in the field.
Mm-hmm.
And it's an interesting game. Like you can kind of tell like lot of stuff got changed, so the game that could be a lot more similar to other open world gacha games at the time. Like it seems like they added a dodge button at the last minute and definitely simplified the combat.
Mm.
Like it's like yeah, to the point where everyone else has been saying the game was supposed to be a lot closer to a Xenoblade, and now it's just woo all the less characters flying around. I don't know how to describe it. It's like the worst, most arbitrary dodge button I've seen. The combat's, I mean, it's not terrible. It's just like, oh, this was supposed to be more of an RPG, huh? Ah.
Yep.
I mean, the game looks good. It runs really well. uh, I know. I'm gonna talk about the story later.
Yeah.
Yikes. The factory building stuff's kind of neat. It's also like 75% of the game.
Yep. Heard of that? Does
And
totally
I'm
fine.
like, man, after dropping down like 50 something relay towers, I'm like, huh, everything's almost complete here. Except for this one piece of amethyst ore vein I can't get to for some odd reason. And it's holding up my entire production pipeline. I'm not mad at all. Yes, I am. I'm like, I just need to get to this amethyst vein.
Because you're not trying hard enough.
Right. I mean, at least I got infinite meds running. And that's, all the healing items I will ever need in perpetuity is pretty nice. Apparently there's like an entire like quarry area I haven't unlocked yet. And I'm like, all right, so I'm just have to run wiring all the way from the start of the game, all the way over here. Place a tower every 80 meters on the spot. Just keep going and going and going and going. The story. Ooh. See, I think I'm starting to realize what people mean by gotcha game dialogue.
Oh, now you're realizing what it means?
I mean, I didn't realize how bad the problems were until I'm like, this is a lot of exposition and all the cool stuff's in this like data log. I mean, I love that the characters don't have much of personality in this game. Also, this is just British colonialism simulator. It's kind of insane. Like, the more you like read, it's like, oh, we were attacked by monsters. Big air quotes there. Like, so you're saying we poisoned the planet. The planet's animals started attacking us, and we started blowing them all up. And then we're setting down and placing our mining facilities everywhere. The cancer rocks we just gave them, and we're setting up turrets everywhere. And oh hey, are those natives that speak our language? No, angry savage people. Blow them up and take over their living spaces. Don't worry about it. It's like, oh,
I can get away with having
ooh.
the clip be called British Colonialism Simulator.
I'm just like, this, huh? Meanwhile, like everyone's like hyping up the main character because it's a gotcha game. It's like, wow, the main character is so great. It sure is a good thing he's the one who's in charge of this entire operation to colonize this planet, huh? Like, oh, uh-oh. And there's just military propaganda in the game about how cool you are. Like, oh, they're just killing people who disagree. Huh? Are we the baddies? Like, if there's not a plot twist somewhere, then I'm actually concerned about the writing in this game.
Yeah, that can be a thing.
Like, oh hey, they're coming back to take back their space. You want me playing some grenade towers over here and blocking the only way they can get in? Sure. Good times. I'm gonna keep playing the game. I don't know. I just gotta get more used to the combat. I feel like maybe I'll be like, wow, this is kind of neat, and then get to the amethyst vein.
Hmm. Okay.
Oh, see. I guess I'll move to the anime side of things right now.
All right.
I'll just start with the Toku side. I think yeah, it was like during the break they dropped the new trailer for Gavin Infinity. Show's looking really cool. I kind of like that they kept the gimmick that the transformation takes place really fast. You see, in 0.0084 seconds, blah 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 blah, and then back to the show. Like it's a really extra transformation. How much faster than the magical girl? Yes. I do like this getting simul subbed. That's awesome. I guess Toei's finally had enough with subgroups. Like, wait a minute, this could be our YouTube views. That's good. Can't wait for the show to start in February. And I can finally say properly goodbye to Sentai. Woo! For 10 years. uh, Ultraman had its finale. Really neat. Like, this has been a weird trilogy of Ultraman shows. Like, very, like, new age Showa. And I'm kind of hoping that's the last we get of this style of show for a little bit. Like, I don't mind the calmer seasons, but I'm like, no. Let's do something a little different finally for the 60th anniversary. Although, of course, it's been like some leaks / rumors. So it's going to be a longer season finally. Because 25 episodes is not enough time for these shows. If you also want to have a plot and Monster of the Week stuff, like, equally. You need a little bit more time. And any other. They're also like hyping up the most recent show. It's like, oh, it's actually a prequel to a completely different story we're never going to tell you. It's like, cool. You can't keep doing this. I mean, it's like I'm saying it's like the third time they've done this, where it's like, because the previous time it's like, oh, actually, this story is part 4 out of 10 in some series of stories we're never actually going to give you all 10 parts of. Trust us. The other 9 parts are really cool. In their defense, like 5 of those other parts were pretty cool. And MF Ghost has been still pretty fun anime. As I can always see what people mean when they have a problem with the structure of the seasons. It's a racing anime where each season starts in the middle of the race that ended in the previous one. It's hard to get hype. There's only ever like 1.5 races per season. Or I mean, technically 2 halves of 1 race. Wait, 1 half of 2 races? There we go. Like, wow, this is a pretty cool race. And it's like, all right, we're gonna get some filler, some nice character building. He's gonna get in the car, and the season's gonna end. And you gotta wait like 6 months to see how the race ends. Not a great structure. I'll say that for sure. The new Trigun seasons looks pretty good. But the CGI's a little bit worse. But like even Studio Orange, right? Like even when they're slipping a little bit, it's still gonna look better than every other studio doing fully CG anime. Show was just as depressing as the first season so far. That's nice. What is Trigun without endless suffering? Tojima wants to be a common writer. Has had no Tojima for 2 episodes. We've just been focusing on like it's just been 2 episodes of one of the villains, some random idol, and then Yu Narukami. It's been a pretty fun, but I could do without Yu Narukami invading another show.
Listen, bro, you gotta respect the sister complex Kingpin Steel.
Sure. It's like what a weird side quest to be on. So yes, I definitely want to get involved. See this love triangle between an idol Spider-Man and Yu Narukami. This is great. Can we do Kamen Rider things again?
It wants to be a common writer, not is a common writer.
Sure. Like the only thing I got out of this mini arc is that we finally know how the power system in this universe works. The more of an otaku you are, the stronger you are. Or something. Dedication to your passion builds key energy. Which is somehow stronger than being a cyborg. Why not? Sure. I mean, still neat. It's just like, really? That's all right. The Darwin incidents, honestly hilarious. Like ignoring Obama being the villain. Like, I think the funniest part about that show, right, is that for some odd reason, there was just a political debate sock pup like strawman in the show every episode. Like, who's the most American looking character in this cast? Let's have him debate our main character in a philosophical battle. So our human Z can own him with facts and logic. Like the guy actually started prattling about, oh, those vegans, those vegan terrorists. You know, this is what happens when we pander too much to minorities. What's next? When I say we can't say Merry Christmas anymore? Next, they're going to tell us we can't even have turkey for Thanksgiving. What do you think about that main character?
Are you being facetious, or is that an actual line in the show?
Let me see if I can find the screenshot of it.
Oh no.
All right, yeah. I did not grab the pandering the minorities part, but I grabbed the part about Christmas. But he does. He even says in the English dub, he does just say, "Oh, that's what we get for pandering the minorities."
Um.
Like they got the most American looking guy they could to say this. And like the funniest part, the main character's not even a vegan, like intentionally. He's like, well, my parents are vegan. I just I just ate what they ate.
No. Nah, bro. This is
You finally thought.
what show is this again? I might have to just watch this after we're
uh
done.
the Darwin incident.
The Darwin incident. Okay. It's certainly incident, all right.
Like I really do just love the idea of an anime just taking place in America, featuring political arguments from a guy who's only seen American movies.
This is gonna be the equivalent of like when like heavy like right wingers try and make their own movies. It's like and they're just like basically straight to DVD titles.
Right.
Okay. Anything else you got?
Like it's really interesting up until the main character somehow defeats a bunch of armed guards using human Z kung fu. All right.
Okay.
It's funny. Yeah, I think I'm gonna wrap things up. Yeah. Samurai Troopers is funny. Like they're trying to like reignite. They're like, oh man, it's just like it's showing them from the '90s. But then they're also like, we kind of need those Fujo bugs finally. Like we gotta roll out the yaoi baiting. After the main character kills some more innocent civilians. He's a good guy, we promise. Also, whoever's doing the soundtrack for this show is honestly a master at like committing to the bit of like all the villains just so happen to be stuck in with like music from the '80s. I did not expect them someone to start humming Linda Linda. Love it. Say, hey, wait a minute. Like all they know is '80s like Rockin' City pop. Man, that's gonna suck. That's the only music you've had to listen to for like 35 years.
I
Yeah,
know.
it's been neat so far.
Okay.
A lot of good shows. A lot of shows I'm following this season somehow, and none of them are sequels. Outside of Fate Strange Fake, that doesn't count. It's fan fiction. How else do you describe that? How else do you describe the series? It's official fan fiction.
I mean, it's technically a prequel or like a precursor, just taking place in modern day now. So also has to be reworked.
Fair. Yeah, I think that'll be it for me. How was your break period?
Besides the aforementioned sickness, which not gonna lie, when you're like halfway into your segment, it started to kind of hit me again.
Ooh,
It's past now, but I'm like, okay. Uh,
that's good.
the big thing, Trails Beyond the Horizon finally released, and I am playing through it. I'm still in the middle of Act 1 because I wanted to get through more, but I also started up classes again. So
Nice.
I had to deal with that this week. So I never got deeper. And then right when I'm like, oh, I get, Friday's my off day of the week. That's pretty cool. Now here I am getting sick. So it was like, oh, great. So I am going to try and beat that game before next podcast.
I mean, you got a good while.
So that way there. But yeah, I said that finally bought the wing Verka and card game stuff. Finally went to like 2 sneak peeks for the starters and got both the decks at their max copies. So now I can play Celestial Being and Lane Age. I'm calling it, which is Earth Federation with the Age stuff and Lane Aim being like the finisher.
I mean, that's probably the smartest way to do it. Like with the age stuff, like you just find any finisher and just slap it in there.
Nice just to have an actual draw engine or something along those lines. Now it's like, oh, this is really good. Now the sad thing about it is going to be irrelevant in about 2 weeks. In like literally a week, because, and not even for us, because the South is about to get turned into icicle.
Again.
So losing a day of locals, so that's gonna be fun.
We should have just went to Cancun.
Yeah, so got that taken care of. Just kind of like sitting on the GDO3 stuff, which shout out to the Exia being the first suit in the game to not get an LR plus plus.
Which is kind of crazy.
Yeah, it's like, wait, what? Like, listen, I know the G Fred is probably one of the best cards in the game, but the Exia is the main suit. How did it lose out to the Camphor?
Like, everyone loves the Exia, right? So, yes, we are in fact just, gonna lose out on like 20 something gold bars.
Yeah, like not even like you want the green one. The H2 is right there. That's a very popular suit.
Yeah.
Like, why the heck the Camphor?
I feel like there's that one person there's like someone at Bandai, right? Who keeps making these weird boneheaded decisions like Gundam Evolution. It's like, yes, we have to shove in these random Xeon grunt suits that are pretty dang relevant, but we gotta pander to the Americans somehow. Bring out the Camphor, bring out the Mirasai, bring out something tactical in Xeon. Like, stop.
It's also like
It's gotta be like one person.
like if you want to do the Camphor, that's fine. But like it's like both suits make no sense when like the Exi is just kind of left out in the cold. It's like you can do one or the other. You can't do both and then just leave the Exia out. Like that is literally free money. I can only assume it's like they couldn't figure out how to make the Exia look, the Trans Am look in the way it does with the LR plus plus foiling.
Maybe, I don't know. The Camphor is like, come on.
All I know is the double O better look like.
Like, I have a theory, right? Like, next time if 0083 or no 8th MS team, all right? If the Goof Custom gets the Ultra Super Premium treatment, that confirms everything. All right. Or it's like, yep, there's definitely just a dedicated American card in every set. It'll happen. So why not the Easy 8? Oh? No, it's gotta be the LR plus Goof Custom.
The best fight scene in all Gundam should get its own LR plus plus.
I that one YouTube, I remember how that guy feels after like all those years after uploading that YouTube video.
Was it the same dude who no, are you talking about just the actual fight, or is it like actual like discussion about the thing? I don't know what you're
No,
talking
like
about.
the person who uploaded the video literally called the greatest fight in anime history.
I don't know.
It's like, did he just wake up and go, "Oh, I did this to the Gundam to the English Gundam community"? Huh.
No, they're just they do not care. I'll be honest. They probably don't care. They're like, listen, bro. It's been years. I moved on. If y'all can't, that's on y'all. But that's
Oh, sorry, it's called Best Fights He Never Made.
okay. Well, that, and on the Beyblade front, I got my package for the Mummy Curse like random booster, all like six bays with that, and the Meteor Dragoon. So I have that, and got the Rock Leone special edition too. So now I have like 8 Beyblades that I want to play, but you know, can't really get to playing.
Are you ready for yet another new Beyblade X line?
Oh. I think they're just saying CX is wrong, so it might just be like an upgrade to CX. It's like, okay, it's been a year. Let's just kind of fix the issues with CX and just kind of go from there. CX2.
Then that poor UX line just being the middle child.
Wait, the UX line made Wizard Rod.
That is true. Like they committed their sin with the first release.
That poor UX Rod. It unleashed Satan. What are you talking
why
about?
yes? Why yes? Or a game about friction and collision. Well, we just released a circle. It's like, sir. It's just gonna have infinite stamina. Yes.
Don't get hit around too hard.
I'll be right back. Right, quick BRB.
All right, we're back. Yeah, just very much a like just kind of very funny. So like, yeah, no, like UX released a whole bunch of crazy bays. Hold on.
Sure.
Let me go through the list quick. Let's see here. They released we just got Meteor Dragoon. We have Clock Mirage, which is pretty good. We got Silverwolf, Scorpio Spear, and that's not it. There's not a lot of UX bays as I thought there were.
No,
Surprising. I'd rather not like big things.
I mean, they release like 1 to 2 blades a month. It's not gonna be that much.
Yeah, but I'm just like, dang, it kind of feels so weird. Oh yeah, and the Hubbard Wyvern, which is an American product. Thank you. Oh, and Shark Scale, the best blade in the game. So it's like, yeah, no, like UX is fine, bro.
Fair. I do wonder what the design like process is like for a Beyblade.
Make a circle and then alter it based on the start.
Like just like one guy whose room is like, all right, I need to come with a new arrangement of spikes of like little like grooves every single time. All right, uh-huh. Sir, trust me. Oh, this thing will just hump around and just bash the opponent from the top somehow.
It'll what?
It'll just hop, like Tyranno beat or whatever it was called. It's like, oh yeah, this thing will just bounce around natural and just, hit things from a crazy angle. Trust me. All right. Good enough.
Mm.
Might be a pretty cushy job now that I think about it.
Possibly. Anyway, the point being is I bought it primarily because I'm like, yeah, Mirror Dragoon is cool, but Mummy Curse, like I saw details about Mummy Curse, I'm like, oh no wait, this bait kind of sounds kind of cracked. What the heck? I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna just get that just in case, because I do like defensive bays a lot more than like offensive bays.
Fair.
So seeing defense be strong again with that bay just seemed kind of crazy. And plus, like, it also buffs Clock Mirage, so I'm also like, yay. So yeah, let's get it. Yeah, that is basically it for my week.
You buy anything new in EK?
Oh yeah, label released.
Mm.
But like,
Is that the one that looks like Hex Maniac?
yes.
You know, ever since that one article from Shift Up, I can't unsee like AI generated like hair patterns. I'm like that's like this one character in particular. I'm like, oh, I'm seeing it a little.
Well, if the AI generated her, they did a good job because she hit the internet like crack.
Like it's something about the hair. I'm just like that doesn't seem. No. Maybe I'm just a little. Something. It's brittle, like oddly.
I mean,
Like it might just be the art.
to be
So
fair, she's nasty, bro. Like literally, when you go, when you do her event, literally it opens up on a roach crawling on like a can in her room.
hey,
Like,
fine.
like that shit has not been, that hair has not been washed at all.
All right. You win this round. Shift up.
Yeah. So.
Anything else?
No. Been quiet on the gotcha front.
Oh well.
So I guess we'll just head on to the news.
Sure.
So on topic of the news. Yep, here we are. Here we got the news. So first off, the Cyberpunk TCG actually did release a like how to play for the Cyberpunk game. However, there's not an actual write up that I've seen so
Eh,
far for the actual thing.
all
There's like a
right.
bunch of videos, not the actual like a whole how to play just yet. So I don't know. So on that, they did explain the dice.
Well, they do have a VOD up at least.
Yeah, they have the VOD up. I'll probably link it in the uh thingy. So they did a dev blog on the central mechanic, which is gig dice, which is just
I'm out. I'm out. I don't do dice in these card games.
so you win the game by amassing at least 6 gigs and keeping them until the start of your next turn. The value of your gig dice also gives you street cred, which activates bonuses on certain cards. Having good rep opens a lot of doors. At the start of your turn, you receive a new gig from your fixer. You can also steal gigs from your rival by attacking them with your units. But watch your back because rivals can always do the same. It's worth noting that each discrete die is a single gig. For the purpose of scoring, having 2 low-value dice is closer to winning than 1 high-value dice. But the rolled values on your gig dice still affect gameplay. For example, some card effects only activate if you have enough street cred. So kind of go that. So why dice? There's an inherent excitement and tension from rolling dice that matches the unpredictable nature of life in Night City, of accepting gigs that don't always go as planned. The gig system adds just enough randomness to emulate the risks that come with being a cyberpunk and test the adaptability of those fighting their way to the top. Chris Solis, our lead game designer, created the gig dice system back in its early stages of development. Representing gigs through dice is a perfect example of where the mechanics match the lore organically, Chris explains. The way cards interact with gig dice is genuinely exciting and innovative, and I can't wait to show everyone how this unfolds during gameplay. We know too much randomness in a strategy game would undermine player talent. Don't worry, rolling lucky isn't a replacement for skill here. The dice mechanic in the Cyberpunk TCG are designed to reward the players who react strategically to gigs. Plenty of cards manipulate dice values, and playing them right can tip the skills in your favor. Plus, you can always just steal the good dice. Weirdco's head of game design, Richard Zapp, is confident that it'll only take a few minutes with the game before the dice mechanic becomes second nature. I've seen dozens of playtesters, including Cyberpunk fans and veteran trading card game players alike, almost instantly become fascinated with how we use dice, he says. Seeing players adapt their strategy each game based on gig values leads to skill-intensive, rewarding, and dynamic gameplay. We look forward to seeing your experience with our game. So it's, they're bringing back dice as a part of the game, but they're saying, hey, it's not going to be, crazy like that.
Huh.
So we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I still have a dice PTSD when it comes to card games. Like, I'm gonna need that to be really sold here.
Well, then we just have to watch the gameplay. Find out. We're that note. Yeah, so that's kind of thing. We're getting closer and closer to the thing. They say the Kickstarter is going to start in March.
It'll be fun in like 2 days tops. Easily.
All right, so next up, Yu-Gi-Oh! News. The TCG banlist drop. We kind of hinted to it earlier, but notable things. Waterbury statue was banned. Mouse Whitebinder's banned. Herald the Arclight was banned, and Harpy's Spanish Store was banned. Mulu, Joe Holy Sue, Snatchy, Mitsurugi, Kaiser K9, and K2 Draco Tail were all limited. Joe and Lockbird limited to 2. And they released the Chaos Dragons, Dark Grafer, Razin, Dryden is finally free. Inclusion's back after being shot before. Snatch Seal, Stake Your Soul, and yeah, all of them are back.
Huh. I know at least one person's gonna be mad about Cat2 being hit the one.
I know someone is apparently really mad about White Binder getting banned.
I mean, like, what can you say about this list, right? It's like, cool, we're just gonna flip things around for K9 Vanquish Soul. Neat! You guys are trading 3 cards for for different 3 cards on the list. Honestly, I'm not a fan of them like slow rolling Joel and Lockbird. Like nobody likes the card. It's probably gonna go to 1 next list. It's like, wow, all right.
I mean, they
Oh,
just
come
sold
back in like September.
I mean, they have a
for it
product
to
on the
finally be
market that
banned.
that still has it reprinted. So obviously, yeah, of course you shouldn't shoot the product illegal out the box, right?
Right.
But again, it's like it's a fine list. It does what it needs to do. Just
All the strong decks are still probably gonna be the top decks in the format, but they're just a little kneecapped.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of kneecaps, on to our next storyline because there's not much here. Hasbro CEO Cox and executives. Oh Lord, that title. Oh man, what a CEO title. Oh my goodness. And it's like sued for alleged securities violations. So this is why does this relate to card games? Well, you'll see here. So, a group of shareholders of Hasbro stock has filed a federal lawsuit against CEO Chris Cox and company executives for what they claim are breaches of their fiduciary duties as directors and/or officers of Hasbro, unjust enrichment, waste of corporate assets, gross mismanagement, abuse of control, and violations of the Securities Exchange Act. In the
That's quite the
70
list.
Yep. So, in the 76-page complaint filed in the U.S. District Court of Rhode Island on Wednesday, plaintiffs Joseph Cornico and Alton McGlone.
That can't be a real name. Let me know.
Who say they have been Hasbro shareholders who have held common stock since 2020 and 2021 respectively, claimed that the company's public statements were materially false and misleading on shareholder calls between 2021 and 2023. So this is more so pre like the giant push for Universe Beyond. Obviously, this probably took like 76 pages. This obviously took like years to kind of start writing up. Probably 2024 is when this probably started getting drafted. The company is in the midst of relocating its headquarters from Rhode Island to Boston after more than 100 years. Oh, that's a new piece of news. I didn't know they were moving.
Huh.
The lawsuit specifically concerns Hasbro's Magic the Gathering brand, which the plaintiffs argue it is most important line of products. Excuse me, which the plaintiffs argue is its most important line of products. Magic is a popular card game which notably features rare cards highly sought after by collectors, according to the lawsuit. Such cards may fetch upwards of thousands of dollars on the secondary market. Given the nature of Magic's secondary market, the rate at which new Magic card sets are printed and sold directly impacts the value of existing Magic cards to collectors. As such, the overprinting of new Magic sets would reduce the value of existing Magic sets. Although analysts and investors consistently inquired as to whether the company was in fact overprinting Magic sets, the individual defendants repeatedly denied such speculation. the lawsuit maintains.
All right, I'm gonna hold my peace until the end of this.
The lawsuit says that excuse me, I'm so sick. The lawsuit says that a damning report by Bank of America in 2022, however, found that Hasbro was overproducing Magic cards, which have propped up Hasbro's recent results, but are destroying the long-term value of the brand. The lawsuit contends that statements and actions made by the Hasbro defendants caused the company substantial harm by causing it to repurchase its own shares at artificially inflated prices. Okay, give me a second. All right. In total, the company spent an aggregate amount of approximately $125 million to repurchase approximately 1.4 million shares of its own common stock at artificially inflated prices from April 2022 to July 2022, according to the plaintiffs, who are being represented by Sarah Manivel and Sadia Hashmi of the Brown Law Firm in New York City. Affiliated local counsel is Higgins, Kavanaugh, and Cooney. In total, this caused the company to overpay for repurchases of its own stock by approximately $55.9 million, the lawsuit maintains. Hasbro did not respond to a request for comment at the time of publications. And there's a lot. There is allegations of fraud, breach of fiduciary claim, and more. And it's a lot. I didn't again 76 pages for the whole thing. So yeah, Hasbro's being sued for things we all knew were happening.
You know, I think these are just two MTG finance pros trying to see what they can get away with.
I have seen a lot of people say that. Go like, oh, this is just the finance dudes kind of getting in there and whatnot, but I don't know.
Like, stock buybacks aren't. I mean, we'd have to see more of the document, but like stock buybacks, while a little like, suspicious, aren't.
I mean, to be fair,
Massively
I only
uncommon.
stopped reading more of the document. Like, you can read the second paragraph. That'd probably be better. Just to conserve my stamina for later.
Dude, my throat's completely fried today. I don't know, for the past like few days.
Why are we both screwed over? What's going on?
I know at least one other person right now who's sick. Yeah, something's going around.
Well, all right. Let me get some energy here and kind of go off of that. All right. So the suit claims the defendants committed fraud. In light of the breaches of fiduciary duty engaged in by the individual defendants, the majority of whom are the company's current directors, of the collective engagement in fraud and misconduct by the company's directors, of the substantial likelihood of the directors' liability in this derivative action, and defendants Cox and Williams' liability in the security class action, they're being beholden to each other, their long-standing business and personal relationships with each other, and of their not being disinterested or independent directors, a majority of the board cannot consider a demand to commence litigation against themselves and the other individual defendants on behalf of the company with the requisite level of disinterestedness and independence, states the lawsuit. Good Lord, that was wordy.
What?
According to the complaint, the claims come from a review of internal corporate documents produced by defendants to plaintiffs' counsel, a review of the defendants' public documents, conference calls and announcements made by defendants and their shareholder derivative actions, C2 remedy wrongdoings committed by Hasbro current and former directors and officers from September 16, 2021 through October 26, 2023. The lawsuit contends that the individual defendants claimed that the company printed magic sets according to its segmentation strategy. According to the company's segmentation strategy, new magic sets were to be printed to meet demand from new consumer segments, the lawsuit states. The lawsuit says that the truth began to emerge on November 14, 2022, when Bank of America issued a report that the company had been overprinting magic sets and risked damaging the value of the magic brand. It goes on to note that the price of Hasbro stock then fell 9.9% following the release of that report. The truth continued to emerge on January 26, 2023, when the company issued a press release to announce its financial results for the fourth quarter and full year 2022. The Q4 2022 press release reported that the Wizards of the Coast and digital gaming segment had fallen significantly short of the company's guidance for year-over-year fourth quarter revenue growth. The Q4 2022 press release further noted that the company would eliminate approximately 15% of its global workforce in the coming year, and that its COO would be departing from their position, the lawsuit continues. The lawsuit notes that following this development, the stock price dropped 8.1%. Okay. It continues. The truth finally emerged on October 26, 2023, before the market opened when Hasbro issued a press release to announce its disappointing financial results for the third quarter of 2023. The Q3 2023 press release reported that the company had reduced owned inventory by 27%, but further noted that the consumer products inventories has decreased by 34%. During an earnings call held that same day, the individual defendants stated that the reduction in total owned inventory was primarily driven by the reduction in non-Wizards inventory. It was during this time period that the lawsuit contends that in breach of their fiduciary duties owed to Hasbro, willingly or recklessly made and or caused the company to make false and misleading statements. Specifically, the individual defendants willfully or recklessly made and or caused the company to make false and misleading statements that failed to disclose inter alia that Hasbro's strategy with regards to printing magic cards was not as carefully thought out as portrayed. The company was in fact printing a volume of magic sets which exceeded consumer demand. The company's inventory allocation management was problematic, particularly as it pertained to the company's printing strategy for magic sets. The company was overloading the market with magic sets to generate revenue and to offset shortfalls within the company. As a result of the company's overprinting of magic sets, existing magic cards were devalued, and the company failed to maintain internal controls. States the lawsuit. As a result of the foregoing, the company's public statements were materially false and misleading at all relevant times, said the lawsuit. The individual defendants failed to correct and or cause the company to fail to correct these false and misleading statements and omissions of material fact, rendering personally liable to the company for breaching their fiduciary duties. All right, give me 1 second.
All right. All right. This is. Oh, this is a funny lawsuit. All right. Oh, all right. I'm gonna wait for Zechs to get back, but I wonder what was happening between 2021 and 2023. I'm just saying, foreshadowing, right? I'll just plant that plot thread there. And fiduciary duty is a load of nonsense. What was it, Rockefeller v. Ford? No, wrong one. Dodge v Ford. There we go. All right. Quite possibly the worst court case in history. Okay, not in history, but really bad one for the economy. All right. I'll wait for him to get back. Such is the problem with the publicly traded companies, I suppose. So I think Watsy is publicly traded. All right, let me see. Wait, Hasbro, duh.
Okay, I'm back.
Yep. All right.
Yep.
All right, so this, at least from what we've read so far, this also is a bunch of barnacles.
Mm.
Like, all right, let's think for a second, right?
Okay.
What could possibly have happened between 2021 and 2023 that would maybe result in any company chasing the bag to see a potential net increase in customers?
Pokemon. The Pokemon.
Pokemon and
Rush.
COVID.
Yep.
I wonder why Magic would start printing a lot of cards during a specific particular time period or suing for. Huh? I don't know. Like it feels like finance bros like getting really mad here, right? Like it's easy to explain. Like it'd be super easy for like Hasbro to explain. Hey, oops. The projected market was not as large as we thought it would be, so we had to cut down on inventory and stock during that particular quarter. That seems to be what it comes down to, right?
Yep.
They chase a growing bubbling market. Didn't fire off as much as it should have. And of course, everyone was doing overhiring during COVID. The 50% workforce thing sucks, but like it's all just seems to be, yeah, we don't understand the economic factor of COVID and the traditional game boom that was happening during that time period.
Well, here's the thing: no one understood that factor.
Right. Like, this seems silly to me a little.
So I don't think we need to read the third part because it's pretty much just kind of extra thing.
Yeah.
But it's like this is basically a lawsuit. This is everything we already knew.
Uh-huh.
It's like this is very much this is everyone's been saying this for the past 2 years, like lawsuit.
Right, like, okay.
Which good someone like on the shareholders like actually is like starting to make like a genuine thing like, hey, this is too much here, but also, do y'all really think they gonna give a damn about what to do here?
But they even noted in the like laws that they did in fact contract their like printing
Yeah,
afterwards.
it's really funny because like it's almost like bro, this is out of
Changing market.
changing market, and it's like not only that, it's stuff from 2 years ago. It's like this is depending on how things are. It's like, yeah, this probably did fix itself.
Like this is a problem with shareholders, right? In general. This is why Dodge v Ford was a mistake. Like it gave shareholders way too much power to say some complete and total nonsense. Oh wait, I lost money at the casino, but it's your duty to make sure my line goes up. I'm suing.
Yep.
Like like, come on. Whatever. Like dumb lawsuit is dumb. And these guys do come off as MTG finance pros at least a little bit.
Mm-hmm. it, yeah, it's just like if you had done this like last year, you would probably had like a lot more people on your side because of like, okay, this is like this is generally too much. It's like, okay, calm down.
Yeah.
Is at very least it's has- like I would like to know this had it been like brought up in shareholder meetings, like, hey, this is a lot of MTG product and whatnot. But it's like like the problem is you lost leverage when Final Fantasy dropped.
Right.
Like that's kind of the tragedy. Is like had Final Fantasy not dropped and become the best selling set of all time, it's like
wow. Mm-hmm.
that's just kind of the tragedy. It's like you lost a lot of things in 2025 because Magic dropped the best set of in the game's financial history. Like you're correct. Like the courts are gonna see this and be like, just because you're correct doesn't mean you're right.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, you're correct. This is a lot of sets, but it doesn't mean you're right because those sets made money. It seems that they have fixed their problem.
If you check the timeline events, they made the smart move to like lower the size of their printing inventory after Lord of the Rings.
Yep. It's like
As in they knew that was lightning in a pan.
Yeah, it is like, yeah, you had a genuine, you have complete accurate points. You have also like, I think everyone with a reason can also agree with you because that's a lot of sets. But you don't have leverage because you waited till after the best selling Magic set of all time dropped to then drop to have this. Like, had this released somewhere before that in 2024 or like early 2025, you have an argument. But you don't anymore.
Nope. Oh no, my line went down a little bit. I didn't want the money.
Yeah, it really just sounds like you're upset over money. Rather, it seems like you're like it's like nothing. I'm gonna try to say this. You don't have an argument. You don't have a leg to stand on when the company had made money. And it's like that is the purpose. Are you correct that Hasbro is basically using Magic the Gathering to shore up the other card game, the other like IPs under their belt because they don't know how to market them right now? Yes. We've seen that.
Mind you.
We've seen that. Like that's literally the thing. They've lost money on everything else, basically. Do we know that there are a bunch of Magic sets that are being printed? Yes. We see that right now. 6 Magic sets, followed by this year's upcoming 7, and they're basically cannibalizing each other's reveal season.
Huh? Now here's the other thing, right? Mind you, like Hasbro's stock price in the past year has gone up like $31.
Mm-hmm.
I think those two are just trying to get as much of their bag as possible. It's like, huh? Our stock's the highest it's been in quite a while. Wait, higher than it was in 2023 at least.
It is like, I know legal procedures take time, but it's like it's very much a mixed opinion. Like again, early 2025, core public opinions with you. You're in all the way. Post Final Fantasy, and definitely early 2026, you don't have a leg to stand on, which is tragic.
Nope.
I think it's very tragic. It's like,
look, I'm sure we would love to be like, yeah, I can't, yeah, woohoo, watch this game soon. Let's go. It's like, no.
yeah. All right. I think we can move on. Next, Battle Spirits. So we have details that they're releasing 6 new decks. for the coincide with the start of standard. Various 6-color entry decks are now available. So with this, you can draw the standard Battle Spirits right away with an entry deck of your favorite color. Those decks being Fang of the Flame, Blood Awakening of the Purple Phantom, Shell of the Sea of Blue, Thunder Dragon of the Bright Sun, Ferocious Beasts of the Deep Blue. Which is 5
Hold
within
on.
1,
The
2,
I'm noticing
3.
something a little weird here.
And then Miner of the White Life. They're going to be around 990 yen, tax included. Scheduled to release on April 11, 2026.
So you're telling me a Bandai card game is actually able to release product and support for all 6 colors in the game immediately?
I mean, to be fair, these colors have existed for a long time. This is the same game.
I'm just saying, we know how long the card design process takes. They have enough room to stuff every color into every set for like One Piece and Gundam and Dragon Ball.
Oh, anyway, next up. So we talked about Bowser's standard about a few episodes ago, but we haven't checked back on it. So this is from October 17th. This was the update to everything that happened. They were holding standard early trial events since July, and this is kind of their changes going into the actual standard. So this is the full decision now. So regarding deck construction, in the standard early trial, the deck size was exactly 50 cards, and the limit on the number of cards with the same name was set at 4. After receiving a lot of feedback from users, we have decided to align with the previous Battle Spirits deck construction rules, with deck names set at 40 cards or more, and the limit of the number of cards with the same name set at 3. For the record, this is Google Translate.
Yep.
So yeah, they're going back to the old Battle Spirits way of deck building. So about the second main step, which they want to add. The second main step will be implemented unchanged from the standard preview. The addition of the second main step will increase the fun of core movement, a unique feature of Battle Spirits, while also enabling new strategies such as summoning a new blocker during the second main step after the attack step, thereby adding even more depth to Battle Spirits. Not only that, but the second main step can also be used to create new effects that are different from anything seen before, so we hope you'll look forward to it. Okay? So, level about True World releases. This is the one you had the biggest problem with, I think, when we did the original.
Yeah.
So, in previous Battle Spirits games, a single card had multiple levels, and each level had a different effect, which made it seem complicated. To improve this, the standard early trial sessions aim to provide a more understandable game experience by limiting the card state to level 1 and true release. However, while Shigahio deepens the appeal of Battle Spirits, which is the fun of core management, we also received a lot of feedback from people who want to retain one of Battle Spirits' distinctive features, the level. So we would like to add Shigahio while retaining the level. So in standard, there's a level 2 status, just like in previous Battle Spirits games, but the condition for reaching level 2 differ depending on the card. For example, cards reach level 2 when they have 3 cores. Cards reach level 2 when they have 3 cores or a soul core. The condition The conditions for reaching level 2 differ depending on the card. And when a card that has a soul core as a level 2 condition, like in number 2, reaches level 2, it is treated as having true release. In this case, whether it has a soul core or the specified number of cores, it is treated as both level 2 and true release. By sibling the game to 2 levels, level 1, level 2, and introducing the new True World release, we hope that current and new players of Battle Spirits will be able to experience the fun of the core management that is unique to Battle Spirits. So they just turned True Release into level 2 instead, but only if you
God
have
damn
cores.
right.
But only if you put the soul core on it.
They are intentionally missing the point. They're actually intentionally missing the point. But guys, we came up with this new gimmick. Please like it.
Wait a second, I'm just thinking about this. This is just the same thing.
Yes,
they just put the level back on there.
Literally, yeah, it's the exact same thing. like imagine like Bushiro's like field testing the G era, and they saw a bunch of people hate strides. So like, all right, guys, we hear you. We have changed the color. We have changed the back of the strides to the exact same blue. Also, remove the red. They're now just called grade 4s, and you go in a grade 4 pile, and you super brake ride.
Now, hold on. Now, to be fair, I think it was like True World release was like something that only certain cards had, and like,
And it's still the same here.
but like you paid the cores instead of actually hitting level. Now it's just like you have to actually have the cores for the level.
It is a lateral shift at most.
I don't know. I want to know how. I wish I could like see comments on how people feel about this. About EX symbol. Oh no, I think this was another thing you didn't like about EX symbol, EX reduction. We will be introducing EX symbol and EX reduction without any changes from the trial demo. However, EX reduction will be introduced under a new name, summoning, while keeping the concept the same. EX symbol and summoning allows you to easily recover from a card wipeout and allow for strategies such as using cards with EX symbols early to make it easier to play cards with summoning. These gimmicks will enhance the strategic nature of battles. To convey the appeal of EX symbols and summoning, the trial demo decks had a higher percentage of cards with EX symbols. However, we are currently examining conditions for summoning, such as 3 or less life, that some cards had, and are adjusting the proportions of cards with summoning by color to achieve an appropriate balance. Additionally, in the standard early preview survey, we receive requests for improvements to EX symbol visibility. We're currently making adjustments to the design, so we hope you look forward to it.
You know, when they say adjust the proportion of cards to something by color, you know half the things were in red, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, this whole like page seems like, all right, guys, seems there have been some mild misgivings. We have changed the name. I get it. You guys don't like new Coke, all right? So we just changed the Coke.
All right.
We only have 3 months before these cards are coming out. We can't actually change anything.
All right. Next, about Soul Magic. Soul Magic will also be introduced without any changes from the standard preview. Soul Magic is a Wait, so what did you change, dog?
Nothing.
Oh my goodness. I'm gonna pre-order these Bowser's decks, bro. I need to actually like see what they do. I just want one because I have a feeling this game is not gonna make it, bro. What is this?
No.
Well, let's recap Soul Magic. Soul Magic is a powerful magic card that can turn the tide with just one soul core. And we are introducing it so that everyone can experience even more heated battles with the soul core strategy than ever before.
You know, I'm sick of seeing this. I'm sick of reading Soul Core. Guys, what if we design our entire game around a piece we only have one of? Brilliant.
So for the standard preview, we've changed the battle preparation process to allow for card redraws. This allows for a more strategically focused battle spirits experience and reduces hand mishaps, such as losing due to a bad opening hand. We received positive feedback about the redraw feature in our survey, so we'd like to introduce it. However, we will be making some changes to the redraw process from the standard preview. First, players draw, look at their entire hand, and then play rock, paper, scissors to decide who will go first and who will go second. Then players decide whether to redraw in that order. If they do redraw, they return all cards to their decks and shuffle them together before redrawing. This battle preparation process will be implemented not only in standard but also in Eternal. In Eternal, there are cards like Pat cards that you can keep in your hand at the start of the game, but when you redraw an Eternal, you return all cards in your hand, including Pat cards, to the bottom of your deck before redrawing. By changing the battle preparation procedure, we hope to reduce hand access, allowing you to draw more strategic about. What?
That's a funny way to call breaking.
No. I'm just like Pat cards that you can keep in your hand to start a game, but the mulligan nullifies their ability to keep them in the hand?
I'm assuming these packed cards are like ley lines in Magic the Gathering. You know, if you open with them, you can just play them like right there.
Let's see, okay. That probably makes sense.
Maybe finally found the one thing they managed to change. They added a mulligan.
Yep. About the card
Finally,
design.
something.
In the standard early trial survey, we received a lot of feedback not only about the rules and mechanics, but also about card design. We've been making improvements to ensure everyone can enjoy playing Battle Spirits, such as improving the visibility of EX symbols and making it easier to distinguish between card types. We hope to release the adjusted designs around January, so please wait a little longer. So, if you know, this is where they announced the booster pack and 6 precons for April. And then there will be while cards released from next year onwards will generally be usable in both standard and Eternal formats, we will be releasing Eternal boosters containing cards exclusive to Eternal. Let's see how long that lasts. Eternal boosters will be released twice a year with the same volume as previous boosters. They will also contain cards that strengthen existing decks and new pack cards, so we hope you will enjoy Eternal as much before. Diva booster and collaboration booster to release. Sub boosters such as the familiar Diva booster and collaboration boosters are scheduled to release one after another next year. In addition to product releases, we're also planning to hold various events, so hope we continue to play with Diva and collab cards next year. Then they showed the preview schedule and the event schedule. And that is it. So,
meh.
I mean, keep in mind, we didn't actually try this, and obviously they're making changes, so who knows how the whole thing in the end works, but...
Alright, I'll be fair. Tentative, meh.
Okay. Anything else?
I mean, like, as far as like the game goes, it's a little concerning that the everything's balanced around the soul core now. I get it, that's the premier thing for Battle Spirits, right? It's like See, every other game just has a mana and lands, but see, here you also have a special super mana. Now with Battle Spirits to release, you use it for everything. Play cards, spend soul core, pass. Play cards, spend soul core, pass. Move cores, place. I mean, that's how its action go, but you know. At least the first like turn or two is going to be like that, right?
Yeah. But we just have to wait and see.
Yep.
I mean, so long as we don't have a Battle Spirit Saga set 2, I think they'll be fine.
Right.
All right. Next, Digimon.
Before moving to Digimon, I'll be right back.
Okay. All right, we are back, and we're on the wrong thing. All right, on to news. Digimon released details on the Starter Decks 23 and 24, which announced what dual cards are, a mechanic they teased earlier, and they are Digimon with their signature moves as option cards. They're Digimon and options. So for example, they show Shine Greymon level 6, Digivolve level 5 4 cost, Digivolve level 5 with Rise Greymon in its name or Data Squad trait cost 3. It has Raid Piercing Security Attack +1. When Digivolving when attacking, once returned, you may play one Tamer card with a play cost of 5 or less from your hand or trash without paying the cost. Then when your opponent's Digimon gets minus 9,000 DP for the turn. Which, yeah, that makes sense. It's a Digimon thing. But also, Yugioh Greysword is its option name. Use is 5 5 cost.
Yeah.
Use requirement, you have to have a Data Squad trait. Specified cards let you ignore color requirements. So also has the D on it, which says you can't play it to the field, so you can't raw play these cards onto the board.
That's pretty smart.
So here you go. Main, when your opponent's Digimon gets minus 6,000 DP for the turn, then delete when your opponent's Digimon with 7,000 or less DP. And then has Arts Digivolve, which is instead of trashing after use, your cards may Digivolve into this card without paying the cost.
Oh, this is busted. Like, I didn't read that. I didn't notice that last line of text. I said without paying the cost. I'm like, oh no.
Mm-hmm. So
This is just a kill 3.
Basically, kill 3, gain a Tamer. And depending on how your board's set up, you could just still keep it. You just paid 5.
Right.
You could still just gain your memory back and still play the game.
Mind you, you're playing the Marcus Tamers, right?
Yes.
It may as well be kill 3, gain another Digimon. When the kill 4 potentially, it's going to be a way you could just swing in with this thing on your turn. you are functionally Exodia, right? For pay 5.
Yeah, so let's go into more details on 3 key points on dual card system. Cards that have 2 different card categories. The option side text functions as an option effect. They have Arts Digivolve, so they will all have Arts Digivolve. So details. Treat as a Digimon option. When you use a Digimon card, you can refer to the text in the upper section. When you use it as an option, you can refer to text and traits in the lower section. The option card portion is the option effect. Effects here are Digimon effects. does not activate. Effects are option effects, which activate. These cards have all Digivolve after using Geo Greysword. A Digimon your Digimon. A Digimon in your battle or breeding area can Digivolve into this one. So yes, you can Digivolve into the battle or breeding area, just off like that. So you can just have Shine Greymon Digivolve into your breeding area and just have it sit there. Yeah, these are very interesting mechanics.
Yikes. It's cool.
Yeah, it's cool. Just like a
Right, like that's being the first one they show. Oh god.
Also, they have a data squad mechanic, which just means they're going to be like adventure and work with their own series.
Well,
All right. Next up, Vanguard case quantity is being changed in set 14. Previously 20 box per case, now to 12 boxes per case. The price per box in a case remains the same, which is 5808 yen. So the case will go down to about $700 a case. We don't know how the pull rates are going to be exactly, at least that I remember.
all right.
So,
like until we see the pull rates, like it's just a lateral shift.
yeah, which we won't see till for like another 2 months.
Like it just kind of slaps case splitters, I guess.
For now, we'll have to,
Not 2 cases now.
we'll just have to see.
Yep.
But this is news that no one cares about. Let's be honest here. We're here for details on the Busher Road New Year's strategy announcement that was labeled as the Cardfight Vanguard 15th anniversary grand presentation.
Part 1.
We'll get to that. So, what did they show? They announced details on Card Game Fest, which will be May 34th, 2026 at Tokyo Big Sight. It also announced the games that are also going to be allowed there, which is Build Divide Bright, Magic Gathering, Catalyst, I think that's Azure Lane, Akashard, Kami Tsubaki, Battle Spirits, I don't know what that is, Orlean, Beyblade X, Animal Card Game, Grand Archive, Force of the Horse. I think these are all supporters, so like yeah, Susabi Games,
Yeah.
Broccoli, Muvik, they'll all be there. Tournaments they'll have is day one, which will be Vanguard, Weiss, Blau, Dream Order, Hololive, Godzilla, and Quince. Day two will be Vanguard, Weiss, Rose, Rebirth, Shadow Revolve, Hololive, Love Live, and Godzilla. I think it's 2 days, huh?
Oh, I'm sure Godzilla is having some like traction over in Japan.
Mm-hmm. He also showed some stuff for I think there's like PR stuff for entry.
Yeah.
And they're gonna have one in Singapore and Korea later on. All right, time to go to Vanguard. So Vanguard's 15th anniversary, they'll get a remaster of the first season, and they showed
Be glad it's not a remake.
we already had one, and they showed off they did a nice 15th anniversary kind of like animation, which I believe is the opening for the remaster. So that's cool. On to the actual product though. Start Deck Blaster Blade and Start Deck Dragonic Overlord will release on the anniversary itself, February 26th, 2026. So this is the artwork. They've got a master grade blaster blade. and Dragonic Overlord Absorbing Kai.
I mean, that's just the plot of V.
They also showed Thunder Dragon Alphard Phantom, which she has a POW bunker with
I do
Yugi.
like pile bunkers.
They also announced set 13 will have a box topper, which will be like, I think I forgot, which will have like a triple rare or a double rare from inside the actual pack as a box topper, so you could get like an additional rarity. And
That's actually pretty smart.
And the DSR is Konami and Blue and I'm forgetting her name. Suttonberg. The store K.
Blue Crane.
Yeah. They also showed off details on the upcoming Hololive booster. I mean, not Hololive. I'm tired. I'm sorry. The Bang Dream booster. And they also showed the high rarities, which will have regular triple rares, will have GPRs and GPR Plus, which will be signs for everyone. They announced. Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about the high rarity Sims anymore after I saw what the Ultraman TCG was doing.
Don't worry about it.
Come on, you gotta admit, actually having properly hand signed cards for the high rarity versions, it's pretty boss move.
I mean, these are signs, but like, you know what I mean. Anyway, set 14, which we just talked about getting a change, will release. It will have.
Yeah, but I want to know the person's hand is tired. All right, I want proof and knowledge that their hand is tired after signing 100 cards.
Okay, you sicko. They showed off Garbalius Phantom, his creature form. Looks pretty sick. It will be Dark States. And inside the booster, the moment that made the internet crash out. A Like a Dragon collab with Vanguard will be inside the set. Which is, hold on, let's realize, did we ever get a collab announcement for set 13? Oh no, we might get one like last second, because we spent basically like 2 weeks not revealing anything.
Right. And there's been a collab in every set for a while.
So that, and then announced that there's gonna be an Inazuma 11 and Vanguard crossover.
Woohoo!
Which we go into the lineup. This got kind of confusing because it's like it didn't, because they say like another D set will come in
May.
No. Actually, hold on. This is the lineup for starter decks. So there's going to be like starter decks in May, and then we'll have.
There's something in May, and then the starter decks for Inazuma 11, and then some other booster afterwards, and then the trial, and then like the proper booster for Inazuma 11.
Which, oh boy.
All right, look, it's gonna sound silly, but with how they've been doing the collab sets, I'm kind of interested in seeing how they handle soccer. All right. You know these cards are gonna be bangers, and you're gonna hate every moment of it.
I know.
These are gonna be some of the funnest cards in the game for the 2026. And that's a sad part.
Well, I'm gonna be honest here. Like I'm just so this really like the Yakuza and Inazuma 11 one was like, oh, this feels messed up. Only for them 2 days later to I like here's the thing, they probably said it on stream, but everybody was not feeling it. So then they had to it's like on Tuesday, like, hey, there's going to be a anniversary stream 2 days before the anniversary. So just wait till
Which
then.
shows the entire rest of the year, apparently.
Yeah, but it's like, okay. But we're just letting you know, you got some expectations are both high and low here. And then it's like, so why did you like it just feels so weird to be like, yeah, this is the 15th anniversary one.
Yeah, that I would say would be what's the misfire. Like the misfire was the naming of the event.
And then people got on Kadani like, dog, why did you say please wait till the strategy presentation when you ain't show us nothing but 18,003 collabs and one booster we already know and another one we already expected to know and 2 starter decks? When like a lot of people were expecting a little bit more here. Well, anyway,
you're not getting the Auction All Mile decks at this point.
we go to. I just want to move on. I'm tired. Quintuplets gets booster set 6 releasing in spring.
Okay.
That's it. This is the artwork.
Look, it's funny more Ranger Rejects chapters. I'm cool with it.
Next, Idolmaster gets a Rebirth for You set. Godzilla's next set, Endless Wars, comes out.
I like how they're just not calling it Final Wars. That's clearly the movie they're basing the set on.
Speaking
like
of
I recognize
stuff,
that King Ghidorah from anywhere.
All right, let's talk about it. They announced that Power Wheel is getting a card game.
Yeah.
Will release simultaneously in July 2026 in Japanese, English, and Chinese.
Yeah.
We'll have 1 booster and 2 trial decks released.
Woo.
And they showed some of the artwork. They also showed off what some of the cards will look like as their frames. There's Gun. And it's announced that Kidani will be the director, will be the producer and a player of this game.
Yay! You can't keep this bit going. I mean, it'll be interesting, all right? Like, I'm kind of intrigued to see what Kidani actually does in the driver's seat. And that, with some shadow producer, with like instead of being the shadow producer.
I mean, for Vanguard, because that's obviously what he is. Because I don't know where the heck
Yeah, he is
actual
the shadow
producers.
producer for Vanguard.
Like,
And him saying he's the producer for this one means his face is on it.
Like, here's the thing. Like, I actually want to go and check is like who the producer for Vanguard is in Japanese. And I'm forgetting their name right now, but I checked it and it was the same stream that happened when we got Tyra as the global producer and we lost Kitamori. I have not seen that person at all except like once in a Tuesday stream, and he has not shown up since. Like, he's not even on like the website for like the big names on Bushiroad's website. So it's like he's just gone and nobody knows where he is.
Right.
They got him. They just got him, bro. There's nothing else to say. I don't know where he is.
Crazy.
I was planning to kind of do like a small video kind of talking about that, but I'm like, I'll wait to see if he shows up on that stream because he has to show up there. If not, then we gotta ask those questions. Like people got fired, have gotten fired for less, but at least we know they got fired. He's just gone.
Right.
Like we know if he passed away, we don't know if he died, if he quit, we don't know nothing. He's just gone.
As far as we know, Kidani has just assumed direct control.
Like, and I've checked like 3 times in a span of like 2 weeks. It's like I haven't seen no articles about someone stepping in for Vanguard or someone leaving Bushy Road.
Nope.
Now, I haven't searched hard because my Japanese is extremely rusty. Like we're talking from all the way back in middle school.
They are just weekends at burning the Vanguard producer. Don't worry about it.
Love Live still exists. All right, so White Shorts Rose, Naval will get a booster, and it'll have like these 4 visual novels in there.
Neat.
Purple will also get a booster.
I like how these sets are just, here's the next visual novel and error game company to collab with White Schwartz.
Yep. And Wholesome in the hand. White Schwartz Blau, Conan will get a 30th anniversary booster.
Nice.
And Fate Strange Fake will get a White Schwartz Blau booster.
I'm surprised that's not mainline. Also, wait, hold on.
Yes.
White's getting another Fate booster. What's going on in Build Divide Land?
I mean they're doing 100 line, so
Oh.
which
Ew.
ew.
I mean, sorry. No, I was thinking of 100. Not 100 line.
Yeah, like that might be the first like build divide set I just ordered like a couple boxes of and open on the channel. White Schwartz, ReZero Volume 4. I am sad that I basically dropped the series. Nikkei Volume 2 will be announced as a simultaneous release, like I said in like a previous podcast. But now we know kind of how deep they're going. This is the 3rd anniversary image. And this was not even 3 months ago.
Oh, wow.
So we will get characters that have been in the game at least up to 3 months ago.
I like how Bushy's stepping their toes in for these simultaneous releases, and they stare at Vanguard like, nah.
We tried once, it failed miserably, never again. But like if that set was good, we wouldn't be complaining.
Seems like every time Richard has a good idea. Oh, we tried and it didn't sell Ultra Super Gangbusters. Nope.
Let's try a different game instead. Oh wait, it worked. So you want to go try it back again?
Right.
Nah. So yeah, for the support, which reminds me, the Union Arena, like support boosts, extra special booster, drops on Valentine's Day. They've released the 6 alt arts, which is like 6 of the characters in made alts. It's like, okay, the strapping one's cute. Red Hood is Red Hood.
Which one in band are just competing to see who Nikkei is the best?
And then it's like, oh, Dorothy's just wearing basically nothing. I don't know what we're doing here.
That's not
Dandadan
very Union Arena.
Volume 2 will drop in May. And Free Rend will get a Volume 2 sometime in 2026, as well as a reprint of Set 1 in March.
Nice.
Also, GA will get a booster. We'll get an anniversary booster, and they include series like these right here, because I'm trying to remember who's actually in here. Oh, Goblin Slayer and
Goblin
I think,
Slayer.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know who else, but like, yeah, if you know
Don
any,
Machi.
if you know any of these series, oh yeah, not much, yeah, you're good. Grand Blue Fantasy will get a booster in June, just in time for everyone to be mad at side games.
Man, you know, they should just call this the Wise product stream.
I mean, this is the Weiss and Bane Dream stream, really, because I don't think
Right.
they'll talk about Bane Dream here, because it's mostly the card game section. But Bane Dream got a bunch of basically got like almost an hour to itself. It was like, hey, we're releasing a new game specifically for every new band we're doing. We're basically doing a soft reboot of Bane Dream. Don't worry, the old game will still be alive. We have learned from the Love Live fiasco.
Man, they really just baited Vanguard players. Holy cow.
And I remember
Clickbait of all time.
I was watching DF streams, like we stayed until Weiss, because we're like, surely the Weiss Vanguard collab is this time, right?
If only.
Toho Project will get a booster in May 30th.
This is actually kind of huge.
Yep. And they showed every artist that will work on it.
A white set with entirely brand new art. God.
Yep.
White's just winning. The actual favorite child.
And I'm going to have to oh yeah, we're not done yet. I don't know what the name of this series is, but it's kind of like a deaf game series. But that comes out 2026. And I can't show the next one.
It's fine.
Well, I'm not going to zoom in, okay? But Brown Dust 2 gets a booster. And it will be...
How was this not in Rose?
Because Brown Dust 2 is mainstream. And plus...
Unless you're in Vietnam.
And plus, at least the... Before the Goon Calypse happened, it was at least a reputable, like, more like front-facing game. Like the trailer they showed before they actually showed the key art for it was actually like, yeah, this seems like a normal RPG, and then you get hit with titties. Which is even funnier because I think I've seen those skins as recently as literally December.
These are the 2.5th anniversary skins, yeah.
Why do you know those exact dates?
Because that's the what everyone else is calling them.
Uh-huh.
I don't play Brown Dust 2. Don't worry.
All right. AEW and New Japan Pro Wrestling set released in January 2027. Released for the Japanese edition. Kind of crazy to see AEW on Weiss. Right. And Weiss Schwartz.
At least it's simul release.
Yep. And announced Weiss Schwartz Weiss and Weiss Schwartz Online Blau will release in 2026 for Switch and Steam. They will each have their own individual series. So Weiss, for Weiss version, will have whoever Konosuba and Haruhi are under will have Gotobun and Maigo, while Schwartz will have Sword Online, Isle Master, Toho, and Abe Musica.
It's so funny that like they still try to push Weiss and Schwartz as two different sides.
But that is, for the most part, the card game portion of the Bushiroad product stream for January.
Surely they don't bait Vanguard players again in February for the actual 15th anniversary stream, right?
I hope not, because I think they have seen the backlash to this one. They're like, okay, we really need to make sure that we actually pull up, because if they don't, like, their dreams of having like a global Vanguard push is cooked.
Yeah.
Like, I should not see Solon being like, man, Yu-Gi-Oh! Remind me, I miss Pokemon. What? You mean Vanguard, right? Like, I don't know what's worse. The fact that they had this and then they released this new Phantom thing and then say, oh yeah, we released a rare version, a double rare version of the exact same card, except the double rare allows you to draw if you somehow whiff. And you only play 4 of them.
You know,
because they have the same name.
You can tell they took the V guy out back because we have not gotten a good like quote unquote budget deck in a while. That's not a starter deck. You remember budget archetypes? Pepper's Farm remembers.
I mean, we do have budget archetypes, just
I mean, ones that don't require a triple R at the high end.
oh yeah, no, those are gone unless they're
Soikea for some reason.
or you have like a promo boss.
Right.
You're fine until you get support for those decks, then that make them relevant. Then you're screwed.
Yep.
Yep. Bat players are like, okay, hey, my deck is cheap. I'm just playing goofy. Oh God, we're now a top tier threat. They want to shoot us in the head now.
Yeah.
I don't know, it was just very disappointing, and it's like the energy picked up when we hit Weiss, but it's like, dog, Weiss shouldn't be this gas on a Vanguard stream. This is crazy.
It's a real main game.
Anyway, we are basically done for this week.
Yep.
So once again, thank y'all so much for coming in. Our normal episode should theoretically be on February 6th, but if someone's going to Cancun without me, we'll just have to reschedule for later. There will probably be an episode. I will see if I can finagle something. But not, we'll let you know.
Are you gonna get the Trails cast going with the Zerv?
Maybe. It depends. I haven't asked him how far he is in that game, but if he's even still in it yet, so it will depend.
Alright.
I mean, even then, it's like we could just have like a gigantic discussion about Trails before that, so you'll see. Anyway, thank y'all so much for watching this week's episode of the Out of Pocket Podcast. You can find all of our socials down below. You can just please like, comment, and subscribe. Share the podcast with people who you care about, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.